Guess who's back? Back again. Bodhi's back. Bodhi's back. Bodhi's back. Bodhi's back. Na 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 na. Boo doo doo. I've created a monster, but nobody wants to see Pepe no more. They want Raymond. I'm chopped liver. Hey, this is John. I couldn't resist. It's been too long. John with a J.
And Bodhi Ray.
And we are here today. Well, I'm here coming to you from the very, very cold ice planet of Hoth. Woo! It is not hot in her. And there's a reason for that. I'll explain real quickly. This is season 3, episode 3. And some of you might be like, whoa, 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 whoa. We've been waiting for episode 2. Yeah, so were we. We actually recorded episode 2 a few weeks ago, and we had a lot of technical difficulties, and it just didn't happen. So it's like a lost episode. We have 2 of those total now that are like lost episodes.
Yeah.
Which may they're not like when I become adept at editing or have some software, I might bring them back and make like a hodgepodge of lost episodes or something. But the reason for the ice planet of Hoth today, and it's kind of neat, Ray. Have you noticed that I have that like Jedi halo thing going around?
Yeah, you got the Jedi glow.
Right. Like I'm the Force Jedi Force ghost. Look at that.
Yeah.
Woo!
Jedi ghost.
That means that I have perished. So, which is kind of, like I'm going through a rebirth here. And why the backdrop? Because I'm coming to you from my couch of darkness and depression again, still laden with the beast of gout. But Ray and I decided like we have to make an episode, and my heart was breaking. He's been so patient. We have to do an episode today. So I was like, I just can't do it from this couch. I've been on this couch for months. I just in the background, the last episode, the lost episode was kind of sad, and it was just the energy wasn't great. It was a great episode though. It really was, which is kind of sad. I really thought. Didn't you think it was a good episode?
Yeah, it was a really good episode. It's just, unfortunately, my internet is freezing up, just like it is right now, and.
Right. But we'll deal with it. And you're back. So I decided let me play around with these virtual backgrounds, and I downloaded some. This one I really like, and we'll see what happens. I think to what's the word I'm looking for, to amplify it and to make it more less glitchy like this, you need a green screen. And I saw this really cool invention. It's one of those things like toilet paper. You're like, man, I could have invented that stuff that you wipe your butt with. So easy. And it's this like portable, like foldable green screen that goes in a little tiny tube. And this girl pulls it out and it goes poof, like something that you would put across your dashboard to protect you from the sun. And it's this big circle with this little harness on it that you put on the back of your office chair. And so you sit on your chair and so behind you is this giant sphere of green screen. So smart, so cool. I'll have to look into that. It's probably not expensive, so maybe it'd be worth getting it, because these virtual backgrounds are fun. And I have downloaded some of my daughter's artwork, which may or may not appear during this broadcast. And I have her permission to use that. So anywho, season 3, episode 3, we're sticking with the card format. So for those of you joining us, whether via video or audio only, which may be difficult, so we have to keep that in mind, Ray, that some people aren't watching. So right. What we're going to do today? Tell the folks what we're going to do today and how we're going to do it.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit different. We're each going to pull for the same topics. So we'll pull for career, relationship, and then general overall reading. And what we're going to do is we're each going to pull for the same thing. And we're going to give you a little time. We're going to describe, what deck we're pulling from. Maybe, okay, this is my card. And then you decide ahead of time. We're going to give you the free will, the option, the choice. Like, you know what? I think I'm going to go with John. I'm going to go with John on career. Yeah. And then they're going to be like,
probably not smart.
And then we're each gonna give our reading, what our card is about, and then maybe give our personal insights into that too,
Yeah.
and then maybe add to it, and kind of go that way and that
That's kind
route.
of cool. That's kind of cool because like if they're they'll give you folks a little hint when it comes to the career card. Ray is currently employed. I am unemployed. So if you resonate with being employed, you maybe pick Ray. If you resonate with not having a job and wondering what the flop you're going to do with your life, maybe you go with my card. Or maybe you want to be unemployed and you switch it up. I don't know, but there's going to be two very different energies. But we're really interested to see how they intermingle together and what we pull.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Ray, it's a great idea. This was Ray's idea. We were going to go back and forth like we normally do. He pulls a card, I pulled a card, but I love this idea. I think it'll be fun, and we'll see how it rolls. So,
And before we get started, we should always say too that we're given our interpretations of these cards. Now, sometimes it may be more literal. Sometimes it may be more, what do you call it? Metaphorical for you, you know? So it may be something like a death card may come up and it may be like, okay, usually a death card, it means is a change, is a death of something currently going on to bring out something new. Like it means change usually, but it could mean a physical death of something else or a death of someone else. You know what I mean? It could mean that. So we're just giving our interpretation of it. So just be open to however it comes to you. And also too, a lot of times, like sometimes don't, if it is sort of like a negative card, just take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes I'll pull something that's going to be, something like rejection. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen today? I'm thinking something huge is going to happen. And then really it just means it's just something small. It was like, oh, okay, I had some plan to go to a restaurant and somehow end up being closed, or that was the rejection part. It wasn't anything like huge, major, so it's not always such a big deal. All right.
and as always, the message may not instantly resonate with you, and you'd be like, "That's not, that card. That's not for me. It's for someone else." Or, no, no, you guys aren't pulling good cards. You're not in the flow, or whatever. Stop it. It's your card. If you pick it, if you show up for the message, it's your card. Maybe you just need to sit with it for a little bit. Maybe it's not your card in the moment, but it's working its way into your spread of cards, um, i.e., your life, and it's just maybe something you don't know that you don't know yet. So again, being open part's great. I am going to Ray. Ray, do you want to? Oh, we're going to do it together. That's right. So what I'm
Yeah.
going to do is
We're gonna go for a career.
it's like super cold on the ice planet of Hoth over here. So I'm going to jump on the Millennium Falcon and get out of here.
I like it.
And all right, yeah. So there's that chess table that maybe Chewy and I will have a little game later.
All right.
I can't do the Wookiee howl. Can you do it? The oh, I can't do it.
I don't know. I do
No, either you can or you can't, and clearly we both cannot do it. But the people that can do it are awesome, and I'm like so in awe of it. But so if you can do the Chewy growl or roar, please at this time let it forth, let it fly, let it free.
Release your inner Wookiee.
All right, so we're doing career first.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with
Okay.
the True Heart Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True.
All right.
Here's
So,
the
oh no. Okay, I am going to go with in my pixelated. There we go. Let me see. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go with the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. So if these eyes speak to you, then pick John with a J. If the
what does the back of the cards look like?
okay, the back of the cards look like these.
All right, mine are like this.
Okay. So if we're going to shuffle, we're going to put our intention into this. We're going to clear the decks. We're going to raise the roof, connect to the collective. So whether you stumble upon this reading in 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 years, and you choose John with a J or Bodhi Ray, hey, you could choose both. That's an option too. There's no rules here as far as what you can and can't do.
All right, I got my card pulled.
You do? I am not. I'm not even close to ready. Let me throw it on the hard here.
I'll show the back of the card to the screen.
Okay, I will pull a card now from oh, this one popped out, so I will show the back of the card to the screen. This is for career, folks. So, where are you at in your career? Where do you want to go? Ask a question about your career before we reveal. You want to know your present situation? Do you want to know future situation? Whatever the case may be. All right, Ray, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
All right, you go first.
It is the 10 of discs. I'll try to get how that looks. A little bit hard to see on.
Are those peacocks?
Looks like it. Looks like a
Nice.
peacock, and it has looks like maybe like a school on there, and it looks like a family walking towards it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna read what it says about it. So
Right.
right. So
But yeah, nice to see the peacocks. We have them here in Orlando, which was a surprise to me. Sometimes when I go out on walks, you hear them squawking and stuff, and it sounds like they sound like a cat that might be in danger or something. It's a really weird howl slash squawk, and you find them on the rooftops of houses, walking in the middle of the street. They're really majestic, magical beings.
nice.
Take it away, Ray. 10 of Cups.
10 of Cups. Do you want me to read it, or are you gonna show yours, and then we'll?
Oh, okay. You want me to show? Oh, what do you think?
Okay, I'll give a reading for. Okay, I'll give my
Yeah.
reading. All right, so this is for mine for career. This is 10 of discs from the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Okay, look in the book. It says, in professional life, this is a card of financial success and gain. A major project may be reaching completion with satisfaction on all fronts. If you're waiting for a lucrative payday, be sure to share the victory with those who championed your dreams. For others, anticipation is high as deals are finalized. Wait until money is in your pocket before spending it. So it says for high vibe, success, victory, joy, harmony, giving birth to something greater than yourself, and accumulation. So this is a damn great card for career.
I told you, man. I hope you all picked Bodhi Ray, man, because he's got the job. He's got the bank, man. He's flowing with it. Ray does not go without.
So it looks like even looking at the card, I kind of get a little bit of it looks like a family embraced. So it looks like a card of maybe even like teamwork,
Yeah.
working together towards success. That's kind of what I get out of it from intuitively.
Well, for those of you that decided to go with the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck and John with a J, your card is about to be revealed. And it's kind of funny because we were talking about that aura around me right now, that Jedi apparitional glow, and I pulled the Ghost Dance. Bum, bum, bum. So the Ghost Dance is card number 22, and I shall read. Ooh, look, I even got like a little reading. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. All right. The Ghost Dance of the American Plains Indians united the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. That is the essence of this card. There are 3 parts. There's the essence, the invitation, which I will now read, and then the medicine. The invitation. The ancestors have a message of healing and a powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar. Light a candle to them and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. Step into the abundance that is offered to you. Receive the gifts of those that have come before you and write a new story to your life.
Okay.
The medicine of this card. If you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning a lost youth of opportunities missed, it is time to make an altar for the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage, and open the windows of your house to release them to their destiny and to the wind. Be wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There is no learning for you there anymore.
Hmm.
The Ghost Dance.
The way I was interpreting that from a career point of view is instead of looking at ancestors, is maybe look at your previous mentors.
Sure. And coworkers,
Yeah,
bosses.
and
It could be.
maybe like learning from them, remembering what the stuff that they taught you, paying respect to that, and being like, yeah, okay, maybe when you first started on the job and they showed you some stuff, and and remembering that and honoring that, but at the same time, though, kind of still taking that advice in, that wisdom in, but still forging your own path forward in your career.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really good take, man. Like at viewing your work family as your ancestral line, you know.
Yeah, that's how I
That's
see it in terms of career.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's really cool. And I
that's
think I think you could also pay respect to it literally as well, with the whole ancestral thing, and maybe through sitting with that and releasing that and honoring that, maybe you could see patterns um, that emerge in your life too, patterns that you want to honor and continue, and those that you want to release and or change or adapt to, where you're at or where you want to go, or how you feel about that particular thing. um, yeah, some of
yeah,
us
that's really good.
have grandparents that that had careers that maybe that we loved and we respected, and we're like, man, I wish.
Even they maybe had a different set of values than we do back then, in terms of work and
Sure.
going forth and
Yeah, and some of us have grandparents where we look at their lives and their careers, and we're like, man, like I want to break the cycle, and so of what their professions were or how they served or did not serve the world. So
mhm.
yeah, there's a lot here to consider. I think it's a really good way to start, man. It opens up a lot of doors and a lot of pathways
Yeah,
of consideration here. So okay, we
there's
good?
a lot. There's a lot you can go with that one. Is you can kind of go really deep in that one, and you can go as
Yeah.
deep as you.
Yeah, for
I like that.
sure. Are
So
we want to move on to the next one?
yeah, why not? While everything's going good and the internet's going good, I want to just keep it going.
Yeah, man.
So let's do one for relationship.
Okay.
I
I'm gonna.
have the Wild Unknown Tarot. This is becoming one of my favorite decks.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
yeah. I just. Whoa, hello, rainbow. Look at that. Good timing. Yeah, I just landed the Falcon. We're off to see the wizard now.
On your destination. So
All right.
this is a
We're.
really I recommend this deck.
We're doing relationship, right?
Yeah.
And here's my deck. I chose Native Spirit, the Native Spirit deck for
Oh,
relationship.
I like that. And here's what the back of the cards look like. Kind of black, kind of white, diagonally, kind of diamonds looks like on there, crisscross.
I don't know why I can't get it. There we go. Sort of. Here I am. Here I am. It's all these.
Yeah.
It's this field of poppies, man. It's got us both a little woozy.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So
So this is for relationship. I'm using the
relationship.
wild
Oh yeah, I gotta
tarot.
start shuffling. Shuffling. Whoa. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Hey, look, there's the yellow brick road.
All right. I got my
Sunshine
card.
on my shoulder makes me happy. All right, I don't have mine. Are you going first or am I going first? Who's going first?
Don't matter to
Oh,
me.
okay, let me pull. Here we go. Ooh, ha, he, ho, hot potato, hot potato, hot potato. Got the card. Interesting, because when I first opened the deck from its box, this is the card that I saw. So after all that shuffling, yep, I mean, it's meant to come back to me. And I'm really interested to read this message because I love the thought of what this card represents as far as how I know it.
All right, so
So,
hey, let's give people a minute or a second, a couple seconds to
yeah.
choose what they want.
And this is relationship. This is your current relationship.
Yeah, it's for a relationship.
Anything. It could be relationship with your dog, your mom, your girlfriend, a past relationship, future relationship. You ask the question. You tune into the card. Whether you want Bodhi Rays or John with the J's. I am
All
the
right.
relationship specialist. Just saying. I'm just kidding.
When
He
you,
had.
when you,
I'll go first. I'll go first. Okay. If you decided. Ooh, I use the term relationship specialist lightly. Just Ray had the job. I had to have something. So okay, here we go.
we both have relationships, by the way. So
Yes, we both specialize in being in relationships. Hey, I'm going to reveal the card now. Relationship. Bang! Did you see? Can you read it?
Well, I froze up. So
Okay, it says medicine bag, and there's a beautiful medicine bag on a
I
rock
see it. A medicine bag.
by the shores of a waterfall. So it's wonderful.
Oh.
I have the rainbow up here, followed by the waterfall. It's really a lovely combination. So medicine bag. Have you ever had a Have you ever had a medicine bag?
No, I haven't.
That is a wonderful relationship all in itself, man. It's something like your Bodhi beads that you could wear around your neck, or you can carry it on your person, take it with you, and in that path. And there's many different schools of thought on this. So I'm just talking from my personal experience. You might have like a few crystals in there, maybe some
Okay.
say
I thought
things.
I thought you were talking about something like an IV, like a hospital. I'm like, no, knock on wood.
Nope, I do not walk around with an IV when I go to work. Fortunately. Yeah, and you could have there could be things from your ancestors in there. Maybe a rock you picked up by a river. Sage. It could be medicinal stuff as well, well, it's all medicine, but like something that you would take, an herb or something like that. Um, and then there's combinations too that you would couple things together that so they charge together, they intermingle together, and a lot of people wear it like right by their heart too, so it
Wow.
sits around their neck and hangs right here. It's really beautiful. So medicine, it's not accompanied by any number, as my last card was number 22. This is numberless, so I will look it up alphabetically. Put my old man reading light on here. So, whoa, whoa. All right. So this is relationships. All right. It's not too much reading. It's a little bit though. Gather your resources. Be discerning. Vast inner power is growing in your life. Step back and let it grow. There are times to shine brightly for all to see, and there are also times to choose carefully who sees your true self. Choose wisely. Do not make hasty decisions. If it doesn't feel right, hold back. You're protected from any less than positive outside influences. Your capacity and potential are growing in leaps and bounds. Your native spirit wants you to know it's traditional in indigenous cultures to carry a medicine bag or medicine bundle as a form of protection and also as a way to access your personal power through the sacred objects that are held there. The items in the medicine bag each contain potent qualities that allow one's abilities to magnify and also help one commune with the Creator. As your power grows, take time to protect it, just as you protect a seedling in the early months, and then later, once it's an established tree, it can withstand the storms of time. Protect your growing power, and it will become as mighty as an ancient oak. The journey. Consider obtaining or creating your own medicine bag or bundle. Put objects in it that are meaningful to you and make you feel strong and vital whenever you look at them or hold them. Traditionally, one's medicine bag was not worn for display, but often hidden from view or kept in a sacred place. I think that's it. Yep,
Hmm.
that's it. So,
Oh, so
as that pertains to relationships, Ray, you were listening. Give me a chance to marinate
well,
on
it
it.
seemed like a lot of different things in that. I mean, I know the one thing that caught my eye was kind of like sound like kind of building a foundation. You know, you kind of plant the seed and you kind of build that foundation so it's strong in the relationship. You know, maybe with good communication, being authentic, um, you know, expressing what you really want out of a relationship and allowing that to, you know, having that good base and allowing it to grow from there. And also, too, you know, they kind of like how you said, like the medicine bag and you collect different things. I think you can maybe even do something like that with a relationship. You know, maybe you have some sort of like object or something you have from like a first date or some kind of memories that you had. That could be maybe a good way to kind of reconnect the relationship too, or kind of make you realize the value of the relationship. Like, you know, maybe you have something, a receipt or somewhere from a restaurant you went on a first date. Yeah, that could be part of that. Maybe it was a little gift that you received, you know, you got from that person, almost like you're making like a little scrapbook in a way or something like that. But
This
you can
is what
kind
I
of
was.
collect all that stuff and kind of use it to kind of, you know, re-energize the relationship and look at that stuff and be kind of like, oh yeah, you know, and kind of connect with those feelings that you had. So this could be good for somebody who's maybe in a long-term relationship and kind of re-spark those and be, you know, those feelings.
That's a great man. You are great with the cards, man. I always love your interpretations and how it takes me to different places than where initially I would find myself through my own interpretation. Um, I love that. I love the scrapbook idea. As you were saying that, it made me think. Oh, now depending on who you ask the question about, whether it's your relationship with your daughter, your grandmother, your boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, maybe this is an opportunity to make medicine bags together. Something you
Yeah.
propose. If this idea, is like, oh, this sounds really cool, and you use that as an experience to enrich your relationship and and learn more about each other, because the things that you're going to put in your bag and the other person's going to put in their bag are going to be probably wildly different, and stories will come from that, and bonding will result in that. I also think, as I was reading it, to me, it as far as relationships are concerned, the calling felt like I need to take care of me so I can better take care of you and our relationship,
Yeah.
no matter who it is. And so maybe a creation of this medicine bag and bringing myself back to myself and connecting with what's really important to me, I can communicate that to my partner, my daughter, my grandmother, whomever, um, and strengthen that bond as a result of strengthening myself. So,
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
nah.
You got to take care of yourself, take care of yourself first, or, you know, but that whole saying to you, you know, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah, and look, folks, while we're talking about it, that's the reason for this absence of, you know, every week podcast has been entirely on me. I haven't, mentioned it in the lost episode, but didn't mention it really in this one. Like, I really didn't feel like I had anything in my cup or enough in my cup to give to a good experience for the audience and to my, podcasting partner, Bodhi Ray here. Like, it just felt empty, and like I needed to take care of me more so that I could take care of my buddy Ray and everyone out there in a more healthy way and a more powerful way. I wanted, and we always want authenticity and raw realness and all that stuff. And would it have been powerful, um, to get me in at the height of my pain and discomfort and this and that? Maybe, but I felt empty, man. I just felt
Yeah.
like I couldn't get it all together. And there'll be times to reflect on that, and I'll never forget it, so I can draw from that experience. But, well, we're here, we're doing it. Just wanted to let you
Yeah.
guys know, it's really important to fill your cup up. And
All right. You
yeah,
ready for mine?
yeah,
This is card number
This is for relationships. If you chose Bodhi Ray,
Card number 15,
love
and it is the devil.
that. Well, you didn't pull the death card this time. One of your favorites, but
No, but it's a goat with a pentacle on its head, and it's what do you call it? The hooves are on fire.
the hooves are on fire.
The hooves are on fire.
It's because it's been walking
So
through
let me
this.
read it now.
It looks like your goat's been walking through this field of poppies behind me.
Yeah. So, though it may feel frightening when the devil appears in your reading, this card carries an urgent message. It must be interpreted with total honesty. The darkness of the devil card takes the form of addiction, negativity, or materialism. It can indicate an ugly relationship with a person or substance. Identify this dependency and how it's holding you back. The devil's hooves are strong and relentless. Their grip will not loosen unless a conscious change is made. Free yourself. So, to me, it sounds like you're in a negative relationship that's unhealthy and toxic, and you have to bring awareness to how negative this is and how toxic it is to free yourself of it. And maybe realize why you're in this addictive relationship begin. What's the addiction? What void are you trying to fill with this relationship? You know, looks like there's probably some kind of wound that needs to be healed, but maybe you're not taking the right approach. You're trying to instead of trying to heal it, you're trying to kind of compensate for it in an unhealthy relationship.
Can you read the first sentence of that reading again?
Yeah. Hold on. Though it may feel frightening when the devil appears in your reading, this card carries an urgent message and must be interpreted with total honesty. The darkness of the devil card takes the form of addiction, negativity, or materialism.
Okay. I only asked because I drifted for a little bit in the beginning. I just wanted to hear it again.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Just taking a moment to sit with it. Oh, you're breaking up a little bit. Hold on. Ray's, yeah, we lost Ray for a second there. I'm just letting the message marinate with me. Sometimes I don't like to like rush to always offer my interpretation. Sometimes I don't even offer interpretation because I need to sit with it.
Yeah, okay, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Okay, great. What were you saying?
I was saying, if you look at addiction, addiction itself is a relationship. Even if you're, I don't know, someone on drugs or on alcohol, it's a relationship between you and that substance. And sometimes that substance can also be another person too. It could be someone who's a narcissist, could be somebody who's whatever, has a lot of like some toxic traits, or maybe you're the one that has the toxic traits and you're the one that's, maybe you're the one that's the narcissist and they're the one that's, the other way around too.
So ultimate. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm kind
I
of.
was going to ask you ultimately with this card, how do you feel? What do you feel is the call to action that the card is offering? If the person selected you for their reading, as it pertains to the relationship with their wife, their husband, their daughter, their boyfriend, their whatever, what is the call to action with the devil card?
I think the call to action is just to be aware of like, why are you in this relationship? What is this relationship really bringing you? Is it really bringing you happiness, or is it just kind of bringing you maybe just
So being just blatantly honest with yourself, like what?
yeah, being authentic as to why you're in this relationship, why you're in here. Is it just a comfort? You're just kind of doing this. Is it just to is it just for physical pleasure? Could be just for that, and you're kind of yeah. Look at where you're not authentic in the relationship.
And
Are you are you
this is not to say that any of these things are irreconcilable, and that
no
you can't transform them, and that you need to get out of this relationship. That's not what the devil card means. It does. You don't pull the devil card, and it says you are asking about your daughter. Let's just say that doesn't mean you're like, all right, we're done here, no more daughter, right? So, right, it means to take a look at where that relationship may be toxic,
Right.
and
Maybe
what's
where it's not authentic.
right, and how you could show up more authentically for your daughter,
Hmm.
or your son, or whatever, whomever you chose in this relationship. Inquiry before the card was pulled. um, yeah, I like that, because there's always something to work on in any relationship. And why, again, like you said at the beginning of the broadcast, the death card is not a bad card, the devil card is not a bad card. They're actually very powerful messages that propel us, or can propel us if we allow it, to explore something very profound and in need. And if I take a look at, I wasn't thinking of anyone as you pulled the card, but I mentioned my daughter. If I'm thinking of that, if that was my person, I'm like, all right, I choose Ray, and I want it to be about the relationship with my daughter. And you pull the devil card, that to me would say, I need to look at what, you know, where there may be toxicity in that relationship, and how I can remedy that. I mean, it's my daughter, man. Like, and so what a great card to pull. So,
Right.
because why wouldn't you want to be closer with your daughter and have a more healthy relationship with your daughter, right?
Yeah. Be more real. Be
Yeah,
more real in the relationship.
yeah, that's really cool. I like that. All right, what's next?
So now we're just gonna do just the overall. Um, I guess we would call it the overall.
Ah, I lost you, man. Look, there's a little swing set. Ray, can't hear you. Can't hear you, Ray. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Beep, 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 beep. Ray, jump on my swing. Where are you, Ray? Can't see the swing. Ray. There he is. Ray, we lost you for about 10, 15 seconds. So I was
I
just
didn't
swinging back and forth so you could see my swing.
know.
Yeah, I
Okay.
decided after the devil card, man, we needed to like pacify things a little bit here, make it a little less scary. Get a little swing and treehouse situation. Sunlight on my shoulder makes me happy.
So
Um,
this is the general card, the general reading.
okay, general reading.
Overall,
So
overall,
you've selected a deck. I've selected a deck.
I have the Osho Zen deck.
I have a spirit animal oracle deck.
Okay.
You know me, I love the animals. Rhino Bros for life.
Rhinos.
Right behind you. Oh,
Here's what the cards look like, the back of the cards.
oh, here's the back of the cards for me.
So this is just the overall reading for coming
So,
your way.
so what do we call this? Incoming energy? Is that what you like
I
to
guess,
call it?
yeah, we can call it incoming energy.
General. So this is something that you can make very specific to yourself too. This could be, look, if you want another career card, and this could be your incoming energy for
Right.
another career card. If you want it to be about, a project or something artistic or whatever, you can make it specific. If you're like, no, I just want a message, that's great too. Just pick Ray or pick me, or, in this case, since it's generalized, again, you could pick both of us. All right. Who's going? You're going first this time, right?
Okay. So here's the card. So I have my card. You have your card. Pull the back of your card up.
I don't. Is that the card?
This is the card. Yeah.
Okay, because this one popped out right as you said it, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna like slide that out. This is my card. Holy crap! This is hilarious, man. I
What?
Look. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't pulled from this deck for a while. So as I was getting ready, like I don't know, a few hours before the podcast, gathering my decks, this is the card I pulled for me. I was, and I was like, and I'd never pulled this one. I was like, I wonder what this message would be. You guys are gonna love this card. I mean, pick Rays if you feel, but this is such a great card. No favorites here, but pick this one. This is the card. No, I'm just kidding. All right, this is a great card. All right, Ray, you go first.
This card is ordinariness.
Oh, hey, you froze.
Okay.
Oh no, okay, you're there. You're there. You're there.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're frozen,
Okay.
but we can hear you.
All right. It's ordinariness. Ordinariness.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna find this one, and I'm gonna read it. Ordinariness. This deck's always kind of a little bit hard to like look up because it's like tarot deck and it's always all right, number 8. So ordinariness. That's how you spell ordinariness, right? All right, got it.
Just lighten up the
I'm
place.
just gonna read the first half of it.
Okay.
This figure walking in nature shows us that beauty can be found in the simple, ordinary things in life. We so easily take this beautiful world we live in for granted. Cleaning the house, tending the garden, cooking a meal, the most mundane tasks take on a sacred quality when they are performed with your total involvement, with love and for their own sake, without thought recognition or reward. You are facing a time now when this is easy, natural, and utterly ordinary approach to the situations you encounter will bring far better results than any attempt on your part to be brilliant, clever, or otherwise extraordinary. Forget all about making headlines by inventing the latest widget or dazzling your friends and colleagues with your unique star quality. The special gift you have to offer now is best presented by taking things easily, simply one step at a time.
It's a great message.
That's a great message. So it's
Yeah.
just, I guess it's appreciating the simple things, the mundane things, maybe the things, not taking those things for granted. A lot of that kind of applies to, what your situation you went in, you know, like that, and maybe even just being mindful in a lot of things that you normally don't. Like could be like driving to work. How can I drive to work and be more mindful, be more in the moment? And
Yeah.
sometimes you may even notice things that you drive by every day that you don't even notice because you're thinking about what you're going to do at work or what you're going to eat for lunch or whatever.
And you don't know what you got till it's gone, man. You said, you know, that, as we've been talking and sharing, and I think I divulged a lot in the lost episode, um, sadly. Um, but like I said, it's not forever gone. Um, the little things have become the the only things that I want to do. Like
Yeah.
and the things that maybe I once loathed doing or didn't look forward to doing, like the dishes or throwing out the damn garbage, like I would do anything to be able to take that burden off my partner right now and do the dishes so she doesn't have to do them every night anymore, and throw the garbage out with glee and exuberation. Like I've said this, I don't know if I've shared on the podcast or not, but I watched my neighbor through the front window taking his garbage out, and um, Ray can't hear me right now, but he'll come back. And all I want to do is throw the garbage out, man. And I often wonder if he knows just how fucking awesome it is that he gets to throw the garbage out, man, and walk his pail to the curb and walk back. And like if I was doing it right now, and maybe he's not, and that's because it's no judgment on him. No one, I'm not saying everyone should be in celebration when you throw your garbage out, but when you can't do it anymore, and you finally do get to do it, man, you might be singing a song on your way to the end of the driveway, man. And so this message is really cool for me
And
because
that's one too. You could apply it to anything: relationship, career.
yeah,
Noticing the things that you may have taken for granted.
yeah, man, and and
Appreciate those.
and everything is sacred, and the small things. I also feel like it's a message that takes the pressure off of you too, and relieves you from the burden of I have to do this, or I have to be big, or I have to do something special or
Right.
unique. I think when we do that, a lot of times we lose that gift in us that creates those things, because we're reaching for it so much, and we put so much pressure on it, and emphasis on
We
it,
kind of
that
we kind of put we kind of put on a pedestal.
right, we squeeze out that creativity that's replaced by stress and expectation, versus being in the moment and just being and allowing a simple process or experience like brushing your teeth or throwing the garbage out or doing the dishes to spawn magic. because you're just
Yeah.
in the moment, and that's when it comes.
That's when the
So
magic happens.
yeah, man. So yeah,
Guiding for something.
I like that card.
Yeah.
And in the spirit of the Bodhi Bros slash Rhino Brothers, this is the perfect accompaniment to your card. Boom! This is Porcupine Spirit, and it's card number 48. So add that together, you get 12, my favorite number, or whittle it down to the power of 3. Love it. Time for beginner. It says time for beginner mind. So when I initially saw this card earlier today, I was like, huh. And without, even reading what the message was, I sat with that for a little while, and it really it makes sense for me right now, and really goes hand in hand with what your card just was. And it says, when Porcupine Spirit calls your name, you are being asked to adopt a beginner's mind and to approach situations with innocence and curiosity. The old, confining stories no longer have a hold on you. Life is full of surprises hiding in plain sight. Looking at the world afresh with new eyes can help you find what you have been seeking, whether it is a relationship, an opportunity, or evidence that you have all you need right now to co create what you desire. Who knew? Porcupine asks you to be playful. I mean, here's the message right here, man. Porcupine asks you to be playful and have a childlike curiosity. There is so much waiting for you that you have yet to discover.
Wow, that's a beautiful card.
It goes well with the swing set too. Childlike curiosity, the treehouse. I think that's awesome, man. And
Yeah.
it popped right out when you were shuffling your cards, and I was like, oh, this is the card. So
That's a great card, just to look at things freshly and not be so clouded by our perceptions and our concepts. It kind of reminds me, it's a very Zen card.
yeah,
'Cause, I think the whole thing with Zen is have a beginner's mind. And I remember that there's something I think there's something they say like when someone tells you let's say you see a bird for the first time, you ask somebody, what is that? And you say they tell you it's a bird. That person will no longer see a bird ever again because they only see the concept anymore. They're not seeing it through the fresh eyes. So I think it's a lot of it is to do that. I think there's a lot of healing that needs to go involved, a lot of letting go of um, concepts and maybe some social conditioning and
unlearning what we've
kind of get
learned.
back to square one.
Yeah, unlearning what we have learned,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's can be such a painful but also equally pleasurable process for sure. Um, and yeah, I really think that goes hand in hand with your card, man.
yeah.
Just
Because I mean, that's sort of thing too. Is you can't really appreciate the everyday things you do. You need that kind of that beginner's mind in order to kind of see it and appreciate the things that you've been normally doing and maybe take it for granted. Like maybe step out and look out the windows of your house and have you ever really looked out the windows of your house and like really just sat there and looked out like the bedroom window, the upstairs window, the other windows, and just like really like just look.
yeah, this is a thing, man. This is like slowing down your mind, yourself, showing up with no expectation, no agenda, just showing up to a moment or giving yourself like that kind of moment. I remember like walking um, down a beach when I was younger, even into my 20s and 30s. I say younger, right? But like looking at people just sitting on the sand that were just like staring at the other. I'm like, what? How do people just sit there and stare, man? I never got it back then because I was always going, 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 right? Having to do. I'm at the beach, man. I'm gonna go in the water. I've got to play frisbee. I've got to go find shells. I got to achieve. I got to gather, right? But man, talk about being 47 right now and sitting on the beach. I get it. Like just staring at the wall. I could do that for weeks. So what you're talking about, looking out the window of your house and just looking into the sky or staring at a tree, like man, there's magic there in doing nothing and just allowing nature to speak to you or not say anything at all. It can be so healing, man, and so sublime of an interlude by doing nothing. And I didn't get that when I was younger, man, at all. I was like, I'm never going to be like this. I don't care if I'm 50 or 60. I'm always going to be riding waves or playing frisbee or doing, you know, hunting for seashells. I'm never just going to sit on the beach. Boy, was I wrong there, folks. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's appreciating.
I appreciate
I
you,
think that's the
Bodhi
thing
Ray.
between your card and my card is appreciation.
Speaking of which, I appreciate you, Mr. Bodhi Ray.
I appreciate you, John with a J.
Thank you for your, I mean, beyond phenomenal patience with this process and getting me up and going again. I mean, we look forward every week to doing this. It's a special time for the both of us, and we hope it is, you know, to some degree for you. However, you allow us to magically dance with you during your day and or night. Um, and so it's great to be back. It's great to be back, man. And we want to thank everybody for any of the comments and the support and the likes and the shares. The likes and the shares are great. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Please, please, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we're everywhere. Wherever feels good for you, please plug in and like and share and help us promote this thing so we can keep doing this and keep learning and growing and enjoying and sharing and spreading the peace, love, and happiness and all the other emotions and things, because we're all about all the things, man, from A to Z.
Namaste.
Are you wearing long sleeve too?
No.
Oh, it's short sleeve. Okay, that looks long sleeve. We're close. Close. All right. Anything from your end before we tap out?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, I think it was a really good show. I think it's good readings.
We did it.
We did it.
Season 3, episode 3 in the books.
In the books.
Thank you guys. Love you. We'll see you soon. Any ideas for shows or card things or
if you have a good topic you want us to do a reading on or pull on, you know, let us know.
That too. We're gonna do some YouTube live stuff we've been talking about, Ray and I. We're trying to figure out the logistics and how it works, and we got to do some test runs. But we'd love to do that, where you can jump on with us and request a card specifically for you. That sounds super fun, because Ray and I love cards. We love how it just opens up the room for conversation. There's nothing planned. It's just happens as it happens, and we talk and we shoot the shit, and we reflect and we share and we tap in, tap out, do the hokey pokey. So, all right, we'll see you soon. Thank you for your patronage, and we are out of here.